Everything you ever wanted or needed to know about leadership in accounting. We're joined by our good friend John Barka, John C. Barka, who is a partner in charge, international tax services at Prager Metis CPAs. Good to see you, John.
Nice seeing you as well, Steve.
John, do you admit that several years ago, I coached you in the Leadership Academy at Prager Metis, and you said that every once in a while I said something that was worthwhile, but not often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I
That
definitely
answer was
remember being coached
priceless.
by you, for sure.
Mary, John was supposed to say, no, Steve, a lot of what you said, never mind. Do this for us.
Oh,
And you and I talked about this when we first met several years ago, pre-COVID, when we started working together. And we have this great leadership, emerging leaders initiative that Lori Roth and the team lead, and we work in cooperation with them. But John, we worked with you. What struck me is I remember talking about leadership in the world of accounting, and that for a significant number of accountants, learning to be a great leader may not necessarily be natural. Is that a fair assessment?
absolutely.
Talk about it.
Absolutely. I mean, everybody has their strong suits. Some people are better at things than others. Whether it's communication, public speaking, it's not necessarily natural to people, as well as myself. If you remember from our conversations, I mean, I struggled and still continue somewhat struggling to talk in front of people. But I think as part of the profession, as part of development, I think you need to kind of overcome those fears and obstacles and embrace change and embrace these things in order to kind of excel. So definitely, it's not the same for everybody, but recognition is important.
Yeah, real quick before Mary jumps in. When we first started doing this work, and Glenn Friedman, who in fact made the connection in the beginning, he and I would talk about the need to get to fight past your feeling of being uncomfortable. Yeah, we know you're uncomfortable, but you need to put yourself in uncomfortable positions to grow. An oversimplification, John, is there something to that?
No, there's definitely, it's not oversimplification. I mean, it's like I mentioned, I had a fear of talking in front of people, and I worked on it. I worked on getting in front of people and kind of, putting myself into those situations where it made me sweat a little bit. It made me get nervous a little bit, made the hands and legs shake a little bit. But I realized that if you get over the first few minutes, things start flowing, and you get better at it. So, and practice makes perfect. I tell my kids all the time.
John, practice makes progress. Hold on. There may be a perfect audit, maybe. No. But in communication leadership, I don't buy it's perfect. But right. You make progress, right?
You make progress. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So definitely, the more you do it, the better you get at it, the more natural it starts feeling. I don't want to say you become great at it, but you're better than what you used to before. So it's definitely need to practice, need to work on it.
That's all there is. And same thing in leadership. Just keep practicing. Go ahead, Mary.
John, welcome to the team. Welcome to the club. No matter how many years I've worked with Steve, and I have continued to improve the way I communicate in public, there's still times where that voice gets shaky, your palms get sweaty. So trust me, I feel you. And, we're all a work in progress. Sure. I'd like to pivot a little bit. You head up international tax services, and I would have to imagine, just given the word international, you must have a team that works shoulder to shoulder with you to make sure that internationally everything is running smoothly, because it's not like you could just hop down the hall or go talk to somebody at the water cooler. Talk about the culture of Prager Metis when it comes to having a strong team, that communication that's needed and teamwork, and making sure that you have that continuum of communication, the client centered, and making sure you have that great team to help you do what you do.
Sure. I mean, it's true. As part of the international team, I mean, me and my team and others in the firm have very specialized knowledge about a very specialized area. So people rely on us within the firm, as well as our clients and our resources outside of the firm, to stay on top of the industry, the developments in the industry, in this field. And what that creates is for us to have a constant communication and development within our team to stay on top of everything. And that allows us to basically have quality of work that people depend on and rely on. Our clients depend on it, rely on it, as well as our colleagues. And we couldn't have that quality of work if we didn't properly communicate within each other as well as with our clients, because obviously every detail is important. If we don't get the right information from clients, we would miss something, and which potentially could cause incorrect tax filings, penalties, and other problems. So communication is important in all aspects of what we do, internally as well as externally. And that also translates into efficiencies. It translates into progress and, less stress. We obviously have a lot of deadlines that we always deal with. And
That's
the more
right.
we communicate internally and externally, the better we come at what we do. And it allows us to be, much more lean machine and get our work done properly.
One more quick follow-up on building relationships with your clients. I mean, Prager Metis is a client of ours. We work really hard to build positive, meaningful, valuable relationships with your leadership. Same thing for you. That's not a 9-to-5 gig, 5 days a week, is it?
No, it's not. As a matter of fact, it's outside of 9 to 5, only because I feel, I'm personally speaking, of course, 9 to 5, you're dealing with emails and talk with clients about their work. They call you about a question, you answer. But I think the relationship really gets built outside of 9 to 5. The best relationship I have with clients are the ones that, on a weekend, we end up, going someplace, or, maybe a dinner plan after work or some event that we attend together. It's those relationships that are really the great relationships, and it allows both of the people to kind of come out of their shell, the working shell, and kind of connect more than just, where's my tax return? How much taxes do I have to pay?
Sure.
So I think you need to work on it outside of the 9 to 5. And also, it's not just you and the client, it's also your surroundings. I have many relationships with clients, not just by myself, with my wife. We go out sometimes with kids. So
You do.
I certainly do.
So you
Absolutely.
connect your professional and your personal life?
Again, maybe not all clients, but at the end of the day,
No.
the clients that I really connect with that are closer to my surroundings. If a client has kids, my kid's age, I have no problem in basically saying, hey, you want to get together or do something. And they enjoy that. You probably can't do that with all clients, but at the end of the day, I think those are what makes a difference in building client relationships, going out of your way, doing the extra mile.
John, when we first met, and I think about how much you've grown as a leader, as a public communicator, it's not just rewarding for me as a teacher and coach in the field of leadership. I'm happy for the firm too, because it's leaders like you that continue to make Prager Metis a top firm in the field of accounting and all related services. John Barka, partner in charge, international tax services at Prager Metis CPAs. Thank you, John.
Appreciate it, Steve.
You got it. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is Mary Gamba. If you want more leadership tips and tools, log on to stand-deliver.com.
Promotional support for this edition of Lessons in Leadership with me, Steve Adubato, and my colleague Mary Gamba has been provided by NJ.com, NJBIA and New Jersey Business Magazine, CIANJ and Commerce Magazine, and the Meadowlands Chamber and Meadowlands Media.